I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Invasive species are one of the biggest issues facing our natural resources and the environment today. Think of things like Dutch elm disease, the spotted lanternfly, and cats. Perhaps the most dangerous of these is the Homo caput stercoris, commonly referred to as the front plater. An invasive species coming from New York, New Jersey, and anywhere else that has a license plate on the front of their car. The biggest threat from this pest is the spread of excrement. These savages cause harm to many native species and have even spawned an entirely new one, the Beltsville lake monster. Here at the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge, we have a dedicated group of volunteers working tirelessly to clean up the mess. The team of emergency responders for dispersion and skimming, or the turds. But the job is just too big, and we can't do it without your help. So be a hero. Be a turd. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. A very special presentation here on the National Racing Network. This evening, it is the Disaster Team Race for Tornado Relief. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here this evening. Welcome back to Dirt Racing here on NRN. Oh, we cannot wait. Alongside me, my normal co-host for a couple of the series we cover here, Mr. James Watson. James, this one's going to be a blast, man. Big blocks on the high banks at Bristol. Absolutely spectacular show coming tonight.
I can't wait. And I'm just excited to be a part of this. You know, a lot of people know me around the open wheel world, but not a lot of people know that I come from a big, rich dirt background. So anytime there's dirt on the track, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, this one is round number 1 of the Tear It Up Tuesday series for the Snydersville Raceway League. They're coming back here for another full 12, 13 race season here over the winter. Got a good look at the 6D9 of P. Bizzle, driving for DeWeather Motorsports in the real world. High, wide, and handsome here as we get ready to go. One of the big things to remember, yeah, of course. As soon as we say something nice about him, the idiot's going to start whipping donuts down the front straightaway.
I expected nothing less.
One of the big things here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fundraising event for the DeWeather Cares Disaster Team. Peter and the entire DeWeather crew have done an absolutely incredible job. It sounds like they're going to be taking a tractor trailer full of relief supplies and fire and emergency services gear out to Western Kentucky, and a damn fire engine. Somebody has donated a fire engine to 3 of the departments out there, very rural volunteer fire departments, that basically lost everything in the tornadoes that were out there this past weekend. We're trying to do our part here and help raise a little bit of money. At DeWeather, D-E Weather, on Venmo, you can send cash donations over. It's a lot of money in diesel fuel, quite frankly, to get from eastern Pennsylvania out to western Kentucky. We appreciate anything that you folks are able to do to help that out. Anything that comes in tonight via stars on Facebook, super chats, or new memberships on the National Racing Network YouTube channel, or the Nits, I believe they are, on Twitch. every penny of that is going to go towards the disaster relief. So if you don't have Venmo, you can send it right here through the app. You don't even have to leave the screen. I believe Bizzle and the DeWeather team have people I think it's dudes in Speedos, bikinis, working the pit box for them tonight. Single car qualifying coming up right now. We're going to do the full real world dirt experience here tonight. Qualifying, heat racing, last chance race, and then a 60 lap feature here. You'll see the best lap times come up on the left-hand side of your screen. And they're going to start putting these laps down in an absolute hurry. Across the bottom of the screen. Oh, go ahead, James.
I'm curious to see what kind of lap times we're going to see, because this track is destroyed. See all that dark stuff in the inside? That's not exactly something you want to see on a dirt track. There's no grip there. That's why you see them hugging the outside line like that. Because, yeah, you're not going to get anything going down there. So we're going to see laps a lot slower than what we've been seeing early on in practice.
The guy who had the best 2021 season in the micro sprint world, Steven Snyder Jr., he's going to be driving a Keith Coons midget at the Chili Bowl. He goes quick time, 17.289 seconds. Drew Boniface, Calvin Anderson, Anthony Perego, Zach Weisenflug going to be your top five. Not much. How about a tenth of a second separating those cars? Alex Kolinick's new quick time, 17.264. Drew Boniface on a heater as well. He's going to stay at 17.272. Let's pick up Jasper Zigafus as he makes his way around in the number 71. Oh, Jim Boniface throws down a monster lap, 17.258 seconds. Zigafus going to be 10th quick, 17.405. You're talking a tenth and a half back to 10th place. Zigafus going to move up to the 9th position. Let's pick up Felix Roy in the number 91. Felix, one of those guys who is very experienced on the dirt and very, very quick for that matter. He's going to put up a big one here. Where's the lap going to go? New quick time, 17.181. 17.181 seconds for Felix Roy. That's enough. I don't need any more. Shut it down. My goodness. How about it here, James? Let's take a look. If we want to find a quarter of a second, we've got to go back to 8th place Anthony Perego. If we want to find a half second, how about 24th place Johnny Fugello?
And this is insane. This race is going to be crazy. They're not going to be able to scratch their ass without having another 4 cars behind them.
That is exactly right. I'll tell you what, there we go. Qualifications are over. We are already getting to the grid here for heat race number 1. First, let's show you the qualifying results here. Roy, Boniface, Kolinick, Boniface, Buchel, your top 5. Snyder, Anderson, Perego, Weisenflug, and Zigafus, your top 10. Cars are already gridding up here on the back straightaway. Let's show you the starting lineup here for tonight's heat race number 1 in the Racing 4 Tornado Relief event. Calvin Anderson and Zach Weisenflug will occupy row number 1. George Bark and Kyle Smith on row 2. Nick Del Campo, James Benz on row 3. Robbie Dunn and Burt Wojcik, host of the High Side Hustle here on the National Racing Network, lining up on the 4th row. Ryan Heckman and Ashton DeWitt on row number 5. And Paul Mancini did not set a qualifying time, and it looks like he will not make the grid for this one either. So we'll see if Paul's going to be able to get in for the last chance race. So give us a shout in the comments here. Let us know where you're watching from. The only thing we're going to ask you for tonight is a like and a share. The more interactive you folks are, the more people are going to see this, the more money we can try and raise for the folks out in Western Kentucky that need all the help in the world here just about a week or so before Christmas. And we can't see the donations that come into the @DeWeather Venmo account. I'm sure Peter will give us an update as any come in, but thank you all very much for your generosity. We really appreciate it. Heat race number 1, going to go green next time by. I tell you what here, James, what are we thinking in terms of, you mentioned how beat up this place is. We really could see all the way at the bottom and all the way up top and not much in between.
Yeah, dare I say we're going to see a lot of slide job.
Yes. Karen Chandler, yes. Venmo comes up Clark DeBear at DeWeather. Is that correct? Yes, it is. I think one of the triplets. Peter, Clark, and Oliver. Maybe we'll see if we can get Peter on here later to explain that one. Off at turn number 4. Great flag going to go in the air. Heat race number 1 is underway. 10 laps the distance. Good drive off the corner for Calvin Anderson. He will lead down the back straightaway. Wisen flew up to the outside. Bart trying to run the middle. Oh, he's in the loose stuff. George Bart could be going backwards in a hurry. Almost 3 wide off at turn 2. You boys going to be getting up in your living room here this evening. Already working lap number 3 of 10, and these heat races very, very likely to be caution-free. About the only way you're going to get a caution flag in these heat races is if you have like a track blocking type incident. A little bit interesting here, James, that we're seeing Calvin Anderson work the low side in that last couple of corners. Do we think there's any speed down there?
There might be. If there is, only someone with a massive amount of talent can be able to work. Otherwise, the regular person, your best bet is just staying up high till that's dead and buried. There might be a little at the very end, kind of where you are on the apron of the actual Bristol, but it's not much to work with. Your best bet is just trying to make something happen on the top side.
Cross flags halfway home in heat race number 1. Zach Weisenflew holding off George Bark and Kyle Smith. Seeing the comment coming in from Dougie Barnhart, Coopersburg Fire Company, donating a bunch of tools. A bunch of tools is not the word for what Coopersburg did. Those fine folks deserve some massive shout-outs. Tens of thousands of dollars worth of Hearst Rescue tools. Oh, Robbie Dunn, hold on to it, son. Woo! I don't know if he had any help there, but he was ass backwards coming off the corner. Oh, now he's going to bang it in the fence. Big hit into the wall for Ryan Heckman. Heckman through the slider. Let's get up to the front, though, because we're battling. Oh, we're making contact. Hard hit upside down on the front straightaway. Oh, and he got absolutely drilled. Zach Weisenflew going for a wild ride. But
and he's still going.
He's gonna. Oh, he tried to keep it going, but they're going to come around and see the white flag. 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1. Anderson holding on to a sizable lead. Call it 3/4 of a second over Kyle Smith. Off at turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 1 goes to Calvin Anderson. Kyle Smith, Nick Del Campo, James Benz, and Robbie Dunn round out your top 5. And unlike the real dirt world, this shit happens fast. One race is done, next race is going to the grid here. Let's show you the race results quickly for heat race number 1. Anderson, Smith, Del Campo, Benz, Dunn, the top 5. George Bark, Ryan Heckman, Ashton DeWitt, Burt Wojcik, Zach Weisenflew, Paul Mancini, all heading to the Consi. Bring up the starting grid for heat race number 2. This one will be 10 cars, 10 laps in distance. Anthony Perego, Jasper Zigafus on the front row. James Coslow, Gavin Krupp on row number 2. Jeff Kemp, John Diotti on row 3. The Bizzler and Harold Klump on row number 4. Johnny Fugello and Logan Dontonville on row number 5. Good Lord, that was That race was absolutely insane.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm so glad to be watching dirt right now.
Yes, this one's, we are thoroughly enjoying being back on the dirt, that's for sure. And to do it at Bristol, too, man. Some of these places are cool. You love getting to run a little bull ring like Fairbury. You go to some of the bigger racetracks, obviously Williams Grove and big, long half-mile. High-banked, dirt-flying, elbows-out racing at Bristol, there's nothing better.
Hell yeah.
If you are watching on any of the other DeWeather pages or the National Racing Network Facebook page, by the way, we can't see your comments tonight, so head on over to the YouTube channel if you want us to get your comments up on the airs. Green flag goes in the air for heat race number 2. Anthony Perego down on the bottom side of the racetrack, holding up James Coslow just a little bit. Perego slides up, dives right back down to the inside. Slide job 3 and 4.
Oh.
Perego
That's how you do it.
gets up the racetrack, but here comes Zigafus right back to the inside. He's going to return the favor at the 3 and 4 end of the racetrack. Oh, man.
Oh, dueling sliders.
All
You love
night.
it.
Let's go.
Oh, this is awesome.
Gavin Krupp,
Oh,
3 wide down the front straightaway.
oh.
Perego right back to the race lead. What a drive off the corner for Zigafus, though. He's going to throw it this time into 3 and 4, slides it right up the racetrack, banging it off the boards. Perego cuts back down to the inside. Drag race to the line, give it to Perego by a 10. And we're going to do 60 laps of this? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. Wait.
Zigafus to the race lead. Perego trying to oh, big contact. Huge wreck back in the field. They're going to wad him up in a big way. Full ARCA brakes coming from Gavin Krupp at the back of the field as well.
Oh,
Looks like
Big Dead.
the last
the
car.
Bizzler survived.
I was going to
How?
say, the Bizzler got through that one. My goodness. Back in the front of the field, Zigafus and Perego continuing to battle here. Let's get you the instant replay here and show you what happened. This is Harold Clump, Gavin Krupp. And Bizzle was right there in the middle of that mess, too. Couple of cars big time getting together. Oh, yeah, Bizzle got a whole lot of that on the front end of the race car.
I'm amazed he can still drive that, though, with how hard he hit. The front suspensions on these cars are actually pretty sensitive. If you hit the wall pretty good, you're kind of screwed. You can't slam it into a wall and keep going like you can a street stock, UMP mod, or even a late model. These things are a little sensitive, a little fragile.
Well, Jasper Zigafus holding on to the race lead over Anthony Perego. Jeff Kemp now up to third. James Coslow, Johnny Fagello, the Bizzle, John Diotti, Logan Dontonville, the 8 cars remaining on the racetrack. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Hearing there is a penalty coming for the 97 of James Coslow for a bad slider. Checkered flag is in the air. Jasper Zigafus gets the win in heat race number 2. Perego, Kemp, Coslow, and Fugello, your top 5. So it is time for the Consi. Only a couple of heat races. Let's get you your race results here from heat race number 2. Zigafus, Perego, Kemp, Coslow, Fugello, the top 5. Bizzle, Diotti, Dontonville, Clump, and Krupp will make up the remainder of the field there in heat race number 2. Let's get you the starting grid for tonight's Consi. Because Paul Mancini dropped, everybody's going to transfer. At this point, it's just a matter of where you're going to start this race. That's basically what the finishing order of this one is going to dictate. Ryan Heckman and John Diotti on the front row. Ashton DeWitt and Logan Dontonville on row number 2. Burt Wojcik, Harold Klump on row 3. Zach Weisenflew and Gavin Krupp on row number 4. Waiting on the confirmation from race control here on what the penalty is for the 97 of James Coslow. Ordinarily, you would see that driver go to the transfer, or to the Consi. However, because everybody's going to make the show, it may be an EOL penalty to start the feature event here. Dougie Barnhart's question, where did the fire truck come from? I don't know. And I don't know that they want to make it public knowledge. We have a lot of folks that have made very, very big donations to this effort, and all of them have asked to remain anonymous. If you would like to donate, Venmo at DeWeather, that's at DeWeather on Venmo. Off at turn number 4, green flag goes in the air, and Heckman going to lead them into turn number 1. I'll tell you what, James, we got a track state reset here. This play is going to be gripped up now.
Yeah, we're going to see all kinds of chaos now because we can see 3-4 wide through the corner, which honestly may make it even more crazy than what we saw in Heat 2.
Okay, here it was supposed to be a drive-through penalty to the 97. That will now be converted to an EOL since the penalty was not served here in the feature. Trouble for Ashton DeWitt. Take a look and see what happened to the 20. Oh, big-time contact. DeWitt hard into the outside wall. 3 wide racing with our buddy Burt Wojcik there. Even with this being a 15-lap Consi, they're going to get a little bit of a warm-up session so we can take a quick commercial break. And then we're going to come right back here, James. This is looking like we could see 3, possibly even 4 wide racing in these cars through the corners.
Oh, this is going to be abject insanity.
Krupp and Diotti continuing to battle for the race lead. Krupp going to grab it off the corner. Diotti tries to stuff it back down to the inside. Seeing Ashton DeWitt coming back out onto the racetrack now. Trying to get a couple of more laps in here before the end of this one. As cross flags are up, we are halfway home in the Consi. And again, nobody going home tonight out of this one. Will be a 60-lap feature, and all cars, including Logan Dontonville, will transfer to tonight's A main. And if you folks have questions on the DeWeather Cares disaster team trip down to Kentucky, shoot them to us in the comments. We'll do our best to either answer them or get you the answers before the race broadcast goes off the air. Diotti trying to hold off Ryan Heckman now. Heckman working to the inside of the racetrack as lap number 12 goes up on the scoreboard. seeing this race spread out like it has, James, makes me think that race leaders in the feature are going to be hitting lap traffic very, very quickly.
Yeah, you're going to be right about that, and that's going to make the race even more exciting because they're going to have to figure out how to get by that lap traffic. And it's going to be really sketchy as the race goes on and the track gets worn down to nothing again, because the lap cars will likely get out of the way, but there's only so many places they can go. So we're going to be seeing 2-3 wide with lap traffic factored into it, which, as you know, usually ends in exciting chaos. Just nothing good for the cars involved.
Seeing all the likes and shares coming in on this one, thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate it. The more you talk to us, the more exciting that this whole night is going to get here. Is we are just about to feature time. Isaac de Oliveira, Gavin's whooping some ass. Yes, he was. So let's get you, before we go to the commercial break here, run down the results from the Consolation Race. And again, this is just setting the grid for where everybody will start tonight. Gavin Krupp, John Diotti, Ryan Heckman, Harold Klump, Zach Weisenflue, Burt Wojcik, Ashton DeWitt, and Logan Dontonville. So with that, let's take the short break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. You are watching the Race for Tornado Relief, part of the Snydersville Raceway Tear It Up Tuesday series, right here on the National Racing Network.
Heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car back. I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out, because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Invasive species are one of the biggest issues facing our natural resources and the environment today. Think of things like Dutch elm disease, the spotted lanternfly, and cats. Perhaps the most dangerous of these is the Homo caput stercoris, commonly referred to as the front plater. An invasive species coming from New York, New Jersey, and anywhere else that has a license plate on the front of their car. The biggest threat from this pest is the spread of excrement. These savages cause harm to many native species and have even spawned an entirely new one, the Beltsville lake monster. Here at the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge, we have a dedicated group of volunteers working tirelessly to clean up the mess. The team of emergency responders for dispersion and skimming, or the turds. But the job is just too big, and we can't do it without your help. So be a hero, be a turd. All right, everybody, welcome back here to Bristol Motor Speedway. The DeWeather spots are funny. There's a lot of joking around that goes on with it. But I'll tell you what, Peter and the entire team are absolute animals. Putting together quite literally tens of thousands of dollars worth of relief supplies to go out to the folks in Western Kentucky as they're going to wad shit up in a big way here in practice.
Oh, they're still flipping.
I tell you what, Peter and your entire team, just incredible kudos. What they have accomplished in the last 72 hours or so is, quite frankly, pretty incredible. They're going to help 3 emergency services organizations get themselves back on their feet a little bit. That area needs a ton of help. They're taking basically a tractor trailer full of pet food, diapers, baby wipes, and feminine hygiene supplies out there to Kentucky. All the sorts of things that people forget to collect when they're doing these donation drives and whatnot for other, when other disasters and things have happened. That's what the DeWeather disaster team is bringing out there. And oh, by the way, they're bringing a fire truck. I believe, hopefully, going to be picked up in the next day or so. And that's going to be making its way out there courtesy of a department up in the Poconos. Just absolutely incredible. We cannot thank you all enough for your generosity. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup for tonight's feature event, 60 laps in distance. Steven Snyder Jr. and Adam Bouchel going to occupy row number 1. Row 2 will have Drew Boniface and Alex Kolinix, Jim Boniface and Felix Roy on row number 3. Calvin Anderson, Jasper Zigafus, first cars to transfer out of the heat races tonight, occupy in row number 4. Kyle Smith, Anthony Perego in row number 5. Nick Del Campo, Jeff Kemp on row 6. Row 7, James Benz and James Coslow. Row number 8, Robbie Dunn and Johnny Fugello. Row 9, George Barkin, P. Bizzle in the disaster team, number 6D9. Gavin Krupp and John Diotti on row number 10. Row 11, Ryan Heckman and Harold Klump. Zach Weisenflew, Burt Wojcik on row number 12. Row 13, Ashton DeWitt and Logan Dontonville. I'll tell you what here, James, 26 cars is a lot to be on this racetrack. Bristol Motor Speedway is big, it's wide, it's fast. 26 cars on the dirt is still a ton.
Yeah, this is... You really don't see many fields this big unless it's like an all-time big event, which is kind of what this is. So I'm looking forward to this, and we're probably going to see a Talladega-style big one, aren't we? Oh, my.
We can only hope so. Pace car is in off of turn number 4. Great flags in the air. We're underway here at Bristol. Steven Snyder Jr. getting a fantastic start. He'll be out to the race lead over Adam Bouchel and Drew Boniface. That fight for second going to remain side by side for 4th and 5th as well, Kolinix and Felix Roy. Now that they got a lap in the books here, next time they come around the start-finish line, we're going to shut up for a second. Y'all at home, you go ahead and crank it up. Mud Turtles, my ass. These guys are hauling around this place. Drew Boniface, Felix Roy, Adam Bouchel, 3 wide off at turn number 4. Oh, man, a little bit of a shove up the racetrack from Boniface. Maybe a little right side romance there to the 10 of Adam Bouchel. Felix Roy in the 91, going to be able to come around to his inside. Jim Boniface in the 213 plugging right there as well. Couple of hard chargers moving their way through this field. Includes Gavin Krupp and Bizzle. Krupp up 6, Bizzle up 4. Seeing some blinking issues there out of the 77 of Zigafus. Oh, hold on to it there, buddy.
Oh.
Excuse me, that was Kyle Smith in the 77.
Ooh, that could have been
Caution,
bad.
yellow flag is on the speedway. Looks like trouble for George Bark. That one going to be towards the back of the field. Take a look here at the instant replay. See what happened here towards the back. Oh, man. Big old hip check into the outside wall. He goes up and over.
Oh.
Let's take a
Oh,
look.
and he still flips. Oh.
Let's take a look from the onboard here from George Bark.
Oh.
There's the shot, up and over. And still not quite done flipping. Oh, but he sticks the landing. Russian judge going to score that one a 7.
Yeah, but you could see the front steering was completely gone. There was nothing he could do on that.
Seeing Ashton DeWitt also having to come into the pit area. And it looks like, let me see. Yeah, I believe that was, no, this was right before the yellow flag. Steven Snyder Jr. and Drew Boniface battling. And by, call it a quarter of a car length, Drew Boniface going to be your race leader here for this double file restart. Absolutely love the viewer numbers we're seeing here across the variety of platforms. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Share the stream out there. Let's see how much we can raise here for the fine folks at DeWeather. At DeWeather on Venmo. Green flag back in the air. Lap number 11. Boniface going to lead into turn number 1. Snyder going to be right on his rear end as they come off the corner. Roy and Bouchel stay side by side.
Oh, 3 wide for the lead.
Keep your eye on that 91 of Felix Roy. He is absolutely a stud in these race cars. Out of Naperville, Quebec, Canada. Quite a few Canucks in the race tonight. Yellow flag is out. Second caution flag of the race. Here as we work lap number 13. This time going to be trouble for John Diotti. Keep your eye on that black 27 there. Oh, hops a little bit. Little bit of a shove. Oh, big hit into Burt Wojcik. Oh, Diotti comes to a stop. He was a pinball there. Going to be able to keep that car going. So let's reset the field here for you as we work under caution. Drew Boniface is your race leader. Steven Snyder Jr. running the unsponsored number 21 there in the second position. Third place going to belong to the case number 91 of Felix Roy. Adam Bouchel in the 10 runs in the fourth position. 213 of Jim Boniface runs fifth. 71 of Jasper Zigafus in the sixth position. Tim Schocklab on the backside of that car. Alex Kolinix in the 22 will restart in the seventh position. Eighth will be the 44 of Anthony Perego. Ninth to Calvin Anderson, and in the 10th position will be Jeff Kemp. Let's pick up Bizzle here. Go for the onboard ride. Remember, Venmo at DeWeather. Good Lord, the hands are making me dizzy. What are you doing, Bizzle?
He's just doing Bizzle things. Do we even really need
Oh,
to
taking advantage on the high side, making some contact with Perego. That 6D9 Disaster Team entry of Bizzle is your hard charger of the race thus far, up 8 spots, running in the 10th position. Oh man, big dive out of Zigafus into 71. Nobody getting away here at the front of the field. Finally starting to get into a single file line just a little bit. Tell you what though, Felix Roy is going to be right there all over Drew Boniface for the race lead. Buchel working the top side of the racetrack. He may try the crossover here on Anthony Perego. Oh, they're beating and banging back in the pack here. Looks like everybody going to keep it in a straight line, and we will stay under the green flag. I'll tell you what, James, this has been insanity, and we're not even to the halfway point yet.
We surprised though? I told you coming into this that this race was going to be absolutely crazy. The track conditions are perfect right now. It's worn to where it's forcing guys up to the top, but it's not completely destroyed to where if you can handle it, you can run the bottom. We've got all lanes working perfectly, and we can't ask for anything better in a dirt race.
That will probably not be the case as this race continues on, however, though. Perego throws the bomb on Jasper Zigafus. He'll get the pass made, and he's able to block off the inside. Stops the crossover from happening. Now Alex Kolinix and Jasper Zigafus going to fight side by side. These guys are beating the concrete walls down here at Bristol. Oh, man, they're still making contact. That was Jeff Kemp, Gavin Krupp. Adam Buchel falling back just a little bit. As soon as we start talking nicely about Bizzle, he's going to fall like a rock. Back down to the 11th position now. Gavin Krupp, your hard charger. He's up 12. Oh, big upside down. Adam Buchel, Jeff Kemp.
Whoa,
upside down.
Oh, that. Too early for an attenuator party, boys.
Let's take a look, see what happened here with Adam Buchel. Started a little bit ahead of him. The 51 of Kemp getting upside down. Buchel never went over. Kemp, on the other hand.
Man, that was see how much damage the 69 car might have through that.
Well, let's do this. Let's bring him up into the booth here. Hey, Bizzle, you got us.
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Is the car damaged out there? That's twice now. You've really beaten up that 6D9.
No, it's only once. And, no, the car's perfectly fine, bud.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm dead sure.
Okay, because we started talking, saying nice things about, all of a sudden you're falling back like like you're falling off a cliff here. You think?
I'm acting like I'm falling off a cliff. I was inside top 10 for a while, bud. We're watching 2 different races.
Well, no, because you're back to 11th now.
Ah, boo-hoo, it's one place.
So
I'm still higher than I started.
Yes, by 7 spots. Zach Wiesen flew up 10, Gavin Krupp up 12. You think that that disaster team entry's got anything left to get towards the front?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way they're racing up there towards the front, there's going to be a couple wreckers up there. I don't think I have the talent in me to bring it to a win, but I can probably get you a top 5 or so.
All right, we'll see if we're talking to you after this one. Good luck the rest of the way, brother.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
There you go. There's Bizzle. He's not watching the same race we are, apparently. Race Control checking in the chat here, saying this is a badass race here. Yes, it is. This one's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, putting us over tonight. Over 1,000 total views on Twitch. Not bad for starting a Twitch channel here just a couple of months ago. Seeing the chat coming in from Troy Prutzman. Lots of supplies coming in. I just left the stockpile. Thank you very much, Troy. That is fantastic. I appreciate the update. Peter is just finishing up a drop-off of supplies up there in the Lehigh Valley. So it looks like we're going to go one additional lap here under the caution flag as the lights are still on the iRacing safety truck. Going to be Felix Roy and Drew Boniface on the front row for the restart. Getting ready to come back for the restart. Green flag going to go back in the air. We are underway once again. Felix Roy going to be your race leader into turn number 1. Jim Boniface, Drew Boniface side by side. Across the halfway point under that caution flag. How about Anthony Perego, Steven Snyder Jr. battling? Oh, man. Oh, we're wadding shit up in a huge way. Caution flag is out again. And Steven Snyder Jr. going to be involved in that one in a big way.
I called it. I knew we were going to get a Talladega big one. Good God.
Yeah, we got that and more. Let's take a look here, see what happened. Steven Snyder Jr. got some help going around, and then everybody going to be involved.
And somehow Bizzle makes it through.
And,
again.
oh my goodness, hold up. We got to watch this one again.
How?
We are going on board with Bert Wojcik.
Damn, everyone in the NRN team.
Oh my goodness, Bert. You may not have much talent for this iRacing stuff, but absolutely fantastic piece of driving there, brother. Let's see if we can find... There we go. Let's get him up here into the booth a second. Bert, was that pucker factor Zulu, or do you full on need a new pair of drawers?
I should have worn the pens tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just watched the replay. How did you not beat the hell out of that race car?
I don't know. Everyone was just right in front of me, and I just started to just pull a maze and found a way around it. So we made it happen. I don't know how.
Yeah, well, I guess when you're that slow, it's kind of easy to kind of get around everybody, maybe.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, we're here for you, man. Our job is to make you feel good.
Hey, I'm just making the High Side Hustle name look good. That's all I'm doing here, making it slow. Just like the show.
That is exactly right. All right, brother, thank you very much here. Green flag back in the air. Going to be 20 to go. Next time by Felix Roy, Drew Boniface. Holding on at the front of the field. Jim Boniface, Drew Boniface now battling, and we are back under the caution flag. Now we're turning into a little bit of a dumpster fire here. Ashton DeWitt having an issue. It looks like there may have been more than that, though, here on the restart.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow. That was a big shot. All right. All right. Let's bring the man of the hour into the booth here with us.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're getting there. See if we can get him to unmute the mic here. Peter, do you have a copy on us? I see that you're muted, Peter. Can you hear us? Oh, there we go. Now he's unmuted. What's going on, brother? Okay, he's trying to get himself set up here.
Technical difficulties at the moment. We are having technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yes, we need the old Indian head graphic to pop up on the screen here. Peter, start talking when you can hear us here. Felix Roy, Drew Boniface, Jim Boniface, Anthony Perego, Calvin Anderson going to be your top 5. 6 through 10 on the restart. Robbie Dunn, Kyle Smith, Zach Weisenflew, P. Bizzle, Gavin Krupp. Hard chargers of the race thus far. Zach Weisenflew is up 15 spots. And we will be single file restarting here as we didn't get a lap in. Oh, man, we're bouncing one off the outside wall already. Drew Boniface, Jim Boniface, and unfortunately, we're going to have to go right back to the yellow here.
I don't think the move to single file really ended up working like how they imagined it.
Yeah, we basically ended up with a bunch of race cars that are, well, quite frankly, now just beat up. All right, let's see if Peter can hear us now. We'll let you get yourself unmuted here, and oh, I think we're getting somewhere. We're trying to talk to the guy who's putting this whole thing on. And we'll see. Might not be working here. Going back to green flag racing once again, working lap number 47. Felix Roy, Drew Boniface, Jim Boniface, Anthony Perego, Calvin Anderson, your top 5. Drew Boniface tried that inside lane, not quite there just yet. I'll tell you what, though, James, it is getting wicked dark on that racetrack right now.
Yeah, now we're starting to get into Slide Central, although I say that and they're all running the bottom, make like an idiot, like they always do. So, yeah, I don't know what to say anymore.
Roy holding off Boniface, and Boniface sliding a little bit further back here. Perego having a look down to the inside of Jim Boniface. And we are back under the yellow flag. Looks like more trouble for Ashton DeWitt. That may be a 3-strike rule coming into play here. We'll at least take a look. All right. Hopefully, we now have Peter on the line. We're trying him a different way here. Peter, do you have a copy on us? Good Lord. Oh, he's not connected yet. That's why. So we'll see if the lights are going to go out this time on the iRacing safety car. Lap number 53 of 60 on the board. And let's see here. Make sure we got the right audio on them here. All right, Peter, can you hear us here? All right, I think I got you now, brother. How was the donation drives and everything else going on here today?
Tonight's was pretty incredible. We got fire agencies from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and fucking Delaware that showed up.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then there was a whole bunch that went up to Slatington right away because they had a bunch of heavy equipment to drop off for the tractor trailer. If I wanted to start Blue Cock Fire Rescue right now, I could.
That is a thing, by the way. Cockswag, Blue Cock Fire Rescue. Is any of that stuff going to be going out there for those guys?
Sadly, I have nothing.
Oh, we may just have to make a drop shipment then.
Yeah, we might have to.
So, because we're adopting Western Kentucky here. Well, real quick here, we're getting ready to go back to racing with 6 to go. I tell you what, man, this has been an absolutely spectacular night. Green flag going back in the air. Anthony Perego trying to get to the outside of Drew Boniface. Man, high, wide, and handsome might not be the way to go here, though. This place is slicked off and dirty. Bizzle having a pretty good night. He's running inside the top 10. Tell everybody where they can donate and how and when you're heading out.
Well, we're going to head out either Thursday morning or Friday morning. That depends entirely on one key element. They can donate at Venmo, at DeWeather on Venmo. Or if they have equipment or supplies or toiletries or pet food to drop off, they go to the Slatington Firehouse between now and Friday.
Basically, if you're not in Eastern Pennsylvania, send cash via Venmo. Oh, man, they're still trying to wad shit up out here. All right, Peter, thank you very much. We'll let you go. I'm sure you're exhausted at this point. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning for YSL.
I am indeed. I'm not even sure where I am at the moment. Have a good evening. Enjoy the racing.
See you, buddy. Down to just 3 laps to go, and it is Felix Roy at the head of the field. Drew Boniface, Anthony Perego. How about Jim Boniface getting in the action? They're trying to make this one 3 wide. Is anybody going to get there, though? Felix Roy, I don't know how he looks comfortable in the middle of the racetrack right now.
Yeah, it's like
the caution's out.
Oh.
Yellow flag is on the racetrack. We are going to overtime. And it looks like the issue might be for the Bizzle. Oh, he got some right side romance. That's what happened there.
Oh.
Sticks the landing.
No, he doesn't. Oh, he kind of does.
Oh, yeah, he did. He kept it on all 4s. Tough break there, though, for Bizzle, as he's going to move back to 17th position. He was having a fantastic run here this evening. Now, James, this is time for your expert analysis. Where do you want to be on this racetrack? Because at this point, it looks like everything's dark and dirty.
Honestly, it'd be silly to change it up. Like, Felix has been running the inside the whole time, and no one had anything for him. And that's not a good thing for his competitors, because if the outside line isn't faster, what else can you do? If you were running the outside, you'd have the opportunity to throw a slider. But with him at the bottom and the outside line really not able to carry more speed, you're just kind of stuck. I mean, the only recourse you might have is to do, dare I say, a bump and run.
The dump and run. Speaking of the dump and run, let's bring Bizzle in here. Tell you what, Patrick, looked like you were the victim of a little right side romance there, bud.
Just a little bit of right side romance. It's all in good fun. I know James didn't mean to do it. So I'm not too mad. It's just a fun series.
I'll tell you what here.
This charity race.
Oh, come on now. If nobody gets bent out of shape over a charity race, is it really a charity race then?
Oh, I mean, if you are paying me, I can dump Ben's right here under caution. I'm just kidding.
He's not.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I was going to say, just drill him. So, James, it's nothing personal. It's whoever would be in front of him at the moment. All right, so, Patrick, what do you think here? How many spots do you think you can make up with 2 to go?
I don't know. I know I'm going to try and jump Ben's here on this one, just to rub it in his face a little bit.
All right, so he's going for 1. Aim low. Good work, brother. Thank you very much. We're not even going to give him a chance to respond to that one either.
Good call.
Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Where does Roy decide to go? Green, white, checkered. Ben's down on the Roy down on the inside of the racetrack. Perego's right there. Doesn't make the move just yet. He's going to try to cross him over down the straightaway. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Bristol. The race for tornado relief. Felix Roy at the front of the field. Does Anthony Perego make the move? Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is in the air. Felix Roy gets the win at Bristol. Anthony Perego comes home 2nd. Jim Boniface 3rd. Drew Boniface 4th. Calvin Anderson will round out your top 5. About everything we could have expected there, Mr. Watson. Great show.
Better.
And Perego was right there to have a shot at the finish.
That was action-packed from start to finish. I had an absolute blast. This is what dirt is, and it's goddamn amazing.
Yes, it is. Let's go to your final results here. Felix Roy, out of Canada, claims the win over New York's Anthony Perego and Jim Boniface. Drew Boniface, Calvin Anderson complete the top 5. Kyle Smith, Nick Del Campo, James Coslow, Gavin Krupp, and Steven Snyder Jr. will round out the top 10. Jeff Kemp, Alex Kolinix, Jasper Zigafus, Harold Klump, Bert Wojcik. Back through 15th. 16th on back will belong to James Benz, P. Bizzle, Ryan Heckman going to finish in the 18th position. Robbie Dunn will wind up the night in 19th. Zach Weisen flew 20th. All these cars starting with Dunn one or more laps down. Zach Weisen flew 20th. Adam Bouchel 21st. Johnny Fugello 22nd. George Bark 23rd. John Diotti 24th. Ashton DeWitt in the 25th position. And 26th. And final finisher tonight here is Logan Dontonville, who actually did not get a lap scored here this evening. Love it when a league is well run. 3 drivers waiting for us in the transfer room. And we will start off the Victory Lane interviews with your race winner tonight, Mr. Felix Roy. Tell you what, man, that car looked good, and you were the only guy on the bottom for that entire show.
Yeah, I don't know. I just tried the top, like, couple laps, but I don't think it was there that much, so I just stick with the bottom.
What are you thinking as the race goes on? I mean, we went from an almost fresh track state to, quite frankly, bone garbage by the end of it. Did that make you feel a little bit more comfortable out front, knowing that some of these guys, I mean, Anthony Perego is great on iRacing and in the real world. He was going to have a hard time getting around you one way or the other there.
Yeah, you know, I started 6th, and at the start was tacky, and I made my way to 3rd, and I was just waiting because I know there was a lot of laps, so I was being patient, and then the bottom came in, and I was just sticking to it. And I know up here when it's slick, I'm a little faster on the bottom, and yeah, I think it paid off tonight.
Well, it was a ton of fun and a great way to kick off the season here as well. We've got a long season to go yet, but not a bad way to kick things off here in Victory Lane.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to start the season, like you were saying. And yeah, I want to thank my sponsors, my sponsor from Quebec, Case Royale, and my grandparents, and probably my girlfriends that's probably watching right now. And that's it. You feel good broadcast, and yeah.
All right, brother. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And let's see here. Let's pick up our runner-up finisher here tonight, Anthony Perego. And I'll tell you what there, Anthony, the car looked good. Ultimately, I think the track might have been just a little bit too used up to try anything big there on the green-white checkered.
I feel like if we had used that track early on, a little better race and found something there at the end, and we were kind of on Felix, but like you said, nothing we could do with him.
What are you thinking here now? Hopefully we get to see you for a bunch of these races here on the Tuned Up Tuesday series, but you've got a lot of real-world prep to get going ready for here as well.
Yeah, we're pretty busy in the shop, getting ready to go. I think being a Tuesday night, it's good for us, so hopefully we can make them all, and we'll see what happens when Florida comes around.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck the rest of the season here, and good luck in 2022 in the real world as well. Let's make sure we get all your sponsor plugs and thank yous in before we let you go.
Yeah, we got Thanks Superior Remodeling, Boniface Land Clearing, Kubota, Harmony's Bar and Grill. That'll do it for tonight.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the time here, and let's bring in our third place finisher here tonight, Jim Boniface. And I'll tell you what there, Jim, this race seemed wild all the way around.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a big smile on my face the whole time. I had a blast.
What are you thinking as the track gets slicker and slicker, it becomes difficult to pass, and really the banking doesn't even help you all that much at all either?
Honestly, I liked it when it slicked off. I kind of wish we ran it like that the whole night and just let it get rough and slick and try to find different lines, but it turned out to be a good race in the end there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and you were battling inside the top 5 all night. Kind of the hallmark of these big block modifieds, and the 358s for that matter as well. Beating and banging, rough racing. You use the rub rails, that's for sure.
Yeah, a couple of my buddies were in the top 4 there, so we were having a grand old time, that's for sure.
All right, Jim. Well, thank you very much here. And before we let you go, let's make sure we get all your sponsor plugs and thank yous in as well.
Yeah, I want to thank Saft Electric, Ken's Logging, All Phase Insulation, Marshall Machinery, Swan Speed Shop for my open sets, and Perego Racing School.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And with that, we will let you go here. And I'll tell you what, James, not only did we see some great racing, Peter is – I was able to see the camera on his phone. He looks exhausted and absolutely mind blown. Troy Prutzman checking in the comments saying he's our DJ. He took about 2,000 pounds of fire hose today, and he's got more pickups tomorrow. Absolutely incredible, the generosity of people, and we're a week away from Christmas.
That's what you love to see. It's stuff like that that makes you believe in humanity again. You know, we see a lot of tough things on the news in all kinds of different ways, so to hear good things like that and people coming together to help one another in terrible times, it's just a beautiful thing to see.
Yes, it is. And we will update everybody next week with the totals of what make it out to Kentucky with our, Tear It Up Tuesday series here, courtesy of Snydersville Raceway. Absolutely fantastic night of racing here. And a very, very good cause that this has gone to benefit as well. But with that, I think it's time for us to get the heck out of here. We've had a blast, but quite frankly, my voice is junk and needs a rest. Tonight's presentation of the Disaster Team Race for Tornado Relief has been presented here on the National Racing Network by DeWeather Center, our friends at Snydersville Raceway, Alex Greenswig. Thank you very much, and Barry and your whole family for letting us brand up one of your races here this evening. But with that, it is time to go. We will be back on Thursday night with another doubleheader. It will be the Grid Rival Ezra IndyCar Series from Michigan International Speedway, followed by the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. I believe they're at Watkins Glen this week, kicking off the 2022 Season 1. Happy New Year, everybody, if you're an iRacing fan. But with that, it is time to go. James, thank you very much. I appreciate it, as always. Fantastic work by our camera designer, Connor Baldwin. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here. We will talk to you all on Thursday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Invasive species are one of the biggest issues facing our natural resources and the environment today. Think of things like Dutch elm disease, the spotted lanternfly, and cats. Perhaps the most dangerous of these is the Homo caput stercoris, commonly referred to as the front plater. An invasive species coming from New York, New Jersey, and anywhere else that has a license plate on the front of their car. The biggest threat from this pest is the spread of excrement. These savages cause harm to many native species and have even spawned an entirely new one, the Beltsville lake monster. Here at the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge, we have a dedicated group of volunteers working tirelessly to clean up the mess. The team of emergency responders for dispersion and skimming, or the turds. But the job is just too big, and we can't do it without your help. So be a hero, be a turd.